Hey now, everybody. Sodaron here. I'm giving you a VOD review of MSI Knockout Stage and MSI Finals. So today, the first series I'm going to give you, or we're going to watch together, is EG versus RNG. So I have my own system where I go and make notes on paper. And so I have my notes, and here I can share with you my system that I came up with, where I keep track of the pick ban for each game, which I think is actually important because that is one thing that's always changing and evolving, and people don't remember what was picked or banned or what was important at that time. So I think it's an important stat to have. And then this shows you, basically you can see the beginning and ending of a game, and then you kind of know the players or have seen them, so you can kind of fill in the middle part looking at the end stats. So I think it would be better to keep track of this type of stuff on paper instead of, so you could just have some organization type way of filing this and finding it when you need it, and then you need this information, you can look through it really quickly and find it. Whereas, well, I'm not good at organization on computers. That's something new I'm working on. You know, here's a folder I made that I named EG versus RNG Knockout. Normally, I wouldn't even take the time to do that, the younger me, and I've recently learned to organize this type of stuff. So I'm bad at the digital organization, but I like the paper. I'm older. You call it, there's words you all call that, and I don't use or know. So I don't follow trends. I don't watch memes. So I'm a really boring person. So I'm not reading social media, and I'm not memeing in my spare time. I'm watching this stuff and trying to analyze it. And so, anyways. So here is game one of RNG versus EG, and let's get this going. I am new at this talking on camera thing. I like to talk. I'm very chatty. But it's different once you get in front of a camera and you're projecting to the world. So forgive me, I'm new at this. Here we go. So this was on May 27th. I got up to watch these series live because it was about 4 o'clock in the morning for me. And I have a theory that the games are much better live anyways. You just see them differently. I don't get tired of hearing Caster June, but I should probably save you all time. We'll go to the pick ban here. I'm not good enough to go back and edit this stuff. So I kind of do a off-the-cuff raw stream for you. Okay, so RNG. They're scared of JoJo's LeBlanc, apparently. And those are good bans from EG. So we got our little paper here. This is what we're trying to show. I have the actual copies, but this is what I'm looking at. I look down. So I guess I needed to explain that. That's what I was trying to figure out, how to explain that to you. But I'm looking at the paper you see on the screen. That's all I'm doing. I probably look like an idiot looking away, but here we go. So RNG picks Galio, which if you've or anybody's watched MSI Knockout and Finals. Sorry, I need my pen. Okay. Zhao is really good with Galio. This was one of his main picks the entire tournament. They like to get Predator boots right off the bat and make some roams. They try to group together and invade and get kills in the beginning of the game. Okay, and I will later on. This will go away and be full screen. All right, do we need the full screen right now? What does theater mode do? Is that maybe you can't see this paper very well, but it's to track the bans and the pick orders and stuff. Because looking at this paper here, Gwyn is really important. So what does RNG almost the entire tournament take first game? Gwyn, Kai'Sa. This is supposedly Gala's best champion. So you've got Zhao's best champion that the EG let them draft, and then you've got Ben. Gwyn's probably not his best champion, but he showed he's really good on Gwyn. Then Gala has his best champion, so you've already let them draft 3 of their best champions against you. Nocturne seems like, at least I noticed against T1, that people like to take Nocturne as a counter for Faker, that they could easily just counter him with an ult. The one thing I didn't turn this phone off.
Mismatched junglers means Diego Ban and probably Lisa Default. Yeah, so those have been the 2 most common, and I think it is a pretty good strategy to push way off of the more comfortable picks here, see how deep he goes. I know there's been a lot of talk if he's
okay.
I get a little bit nervous when I see the volley bear coming in, but Diego,
sorry about that. That was the last thing I forgot to do, was take the phone out of the room. I'll learn. If they ring again, I apologize. I'm sure that comes off really bad on camera. So what do we got here? We got Impact. His best champion, I think, or his favorite, he said, is Gangplank. Of course, I think that's the old Gangplank. But, Jojo, he's good with Twisted Fate. That might...
I'm not really sure what you want to go for, because it definitely feels like looking at obviously the LeBlanc, the Zoe, the TF, now more than likely another mid lane ban. You're right the way down the pool, and especially with the AP top laner gone and the Gwen, and obviously the Gangplank locked in, you can't really opt into those AD matchups.
Exactly. I think that's the kind of the difficult scenario here.
I want to be entertaining the entire time, but I can't. I don't have that much energy. I gotta go for hours with this. Okay.
Last time around, they ran the Nocturne. They also had the Gangplank. And they combined
so
those
what?
two to try to assassinate the enemy carry, the backline. But with Gala having
I'm not
to someone else with
really
so it makes it a little bit
well knowledged with LCS over the spring split, so I don't know what EG picks. I don't know what they like to play. But I know that they're letting RNG slowly draft all of their best champions onto a team comp. So you're already kind of set up to fail. I'm not making fun of EG. I think they did really well. They performed way over everyone's expectations. So I'm not putting EG down at all. I'm just comparing them to RNG and T1.
Popular, but something to lock in with the Galio, one of these classic
again, Wei, he seems to favor Jarvan, so you might as well let Jarvan in on their team comp too. But I mean, EG, maybe they don't know anything about RNG. I don't know. Okay, so I can take this paper away for you.
Second marksman comes through actually for EG, so gonna be hard damage carry.
So we end with
the AP version of Corki. That said, there's plenty of engage for RNG. I think of
of the suite of quirky builds, I think auto attack maybe makes more sense here because they're gonna
Gwyn,
be
which
gonna close that gap.
Ben's gonna take teleport and ignite, which I think should be punished every time. Yeah. That's for cleanse, and that's for smite, that's for teleport flash, smite flash, teleport flash. These teleports are important mid and late game. They win games. And you got your players here, and here's the final results that RNG. So I'm setting, don't be surprised when you watch this game, but RNG have 22 kills to 1 from EG, and they have 19 deaths over 27 minutes. And there's almost a 20k gold lead by RNG at the end of the game. They get 11 towers that EG gets 0. They did manage to get a dragon in there somewhere. So that's why I have this paper. It allows me to kind of imagine the game in my head and how it would play out. No, I'm not well known. I don't have a name for myself, so I guess I need to explain myself. I mainly watch LCK, and then the rest LPL. And by the end of that, I don't have time to watch anything else. It's time to go to bed and wake up and do it again. Alright, so RNG are up at top. They invade. Oh, I've got the notes here. I think I said at the beginning of this that RNG loved to take Galio and just roam, use Predator. So, okay, RNG get a flash out of that. But they also traded a flash, so it was kind of pointless. I've seen them sometimes, they like to put a ward up here. Ming will put a ward up here for Ben, which is a really good idea because he plays super aggressive. There's no adjustment for Ben. It's super aggressive the entire time, which I'm a fan of Ben. I think he's really good. And now people at the end of this tournament are probably going to think he's really good. But it's just his play style. He's super aggressive where he's not afraid of anyone. I may need to turn this down just a tiny bit, huh? I want to make sure I have the volume calibrated for you, and I've spent all of yesterday trying to get that set up. So this is a one-man operation here. There's only so much I can do. And Gangplank just got his first CS. And so I have the thing I preach where players should get 100 CS at 10 minutes, 200 at 20, at 300 at 30, and so on. So we will watch and keep track of who gets close to that. All pro players should hit that every time. And don't flame me or get mad when I say that. That doesn't mean I expect you to. But I know there are a couple players that can do that every time. Named Chovy is one. So I probably need to pay more attention to the game here. So, you know, Impact didn't have his flash there, so they probably knew that. I've got the notes I make of this game, and I make a little timestamp on here, and then say what happened, or if a summoner is down. The main thing is keeping track of the summoners. You know, Ming was down a flash, so EG could have planned that from the beginning. Ming has no flash, let's gank bottom early. EG got the flash off Impact, so they're a top team. They're going to punish EG, I don't know why, like, me, honestly, maybe it's hindsight, but they should have known. I guess he got dove, though. I mean, Impact is one of the most well-known top players ever of all time, so, I mean, he's getting dove. He has no flash to do this. Then you got JoJo that comes in and teleports. And I kind of wondered, like, is this where JoJo saw Galio leave, but then realized, oh, I forgot to tell Impact he's coming top? Because I think that's really what happened here, because you can watch it. Okay, there's Wei. Wei is planning to go up there. Now Galio is going up there, and it's very blatant that he left. And JoJo's kind of like, yeah, I got the lane to myself, all this farm to get for free. And I think he forgot to tell Impact, hey, Galio's roaming top. And that's where he TP's in. So you got Inspired. You got JoJo using his teleport. And again, I'm not good at this. This is something I've got to work on. But like teleport, okay? Teleport's down. I need to know what time that was and exactly when it'll be back up, or at least give or take. But I mean, the more exact you can be, the I don't know. You know, you have a better chance of winning the more exact you are, is what I'm trying to say. Your win condition. Okay, so JoJo teleports up here. I personally think his thing was, oh, I got free farm here. Zahu backed, and then forgot. Oh man, I forgot to tell Impact Galio's roaming top. So then he wastes his TP. And like Freak sarcastically said, he's just here to grab farm. So then Impact uses his, which now give RNG more of an advantage because they have 2 teleports to their 0 teleports. So you know from here, within the next 2 minutes, there is a 2 or 3 minutes. They're going to take advantage of that somewhere on the map. And that's where I think there's a big gap between Eastern teams and Western teams, is the Eastern teams know what to do, where they're going to go ahead of time. They plan 2 minutes ahead of time, and the Western players don't. So, I mean, it's something they could improve on. So 325, you can keep. I don't know what the time is on Scryer Blooms, but I bet most people don't either. But so you see the 2 Scryer Blooms here being used up for vision in each jungle. And there's so much I could explain, but there's just one of me. And I'm kind of having a hard time figuring out the general what I should say, so I guess talk like I'm teaching people for the first time. So you've got Impact going back up to top lane, and you got JoJo gonna come back to his lane now. Gwyn backs, Jarvan backs. Is Ben going to TP back? Yeah, he TP'd back. They could have used that to their advantage and went bottom or something crazy. But I don't know what was going on at that time. See, that's where there's probably people better at it than me, even though I've been doing this for 10 years. So I have to watch pretty much each lane by itself. So I could see like, well, that's happened top lane. Now let me go back 10 seconds. Okay, what happened bottom lane?
I do want to point out as well, since last MSI, this year we had
and I'm guessing there are people out there that have been playing less time and have a lot more experience than me, so they know first thing what happened where at all times. But for me personally, I have to stop and rewatch the other lanes. Sometimes I'm using the commentary to my advantage to let me know what's going on in another lane while I'm looking at a different one.
predict. Obviously, some decent damage coming through here.
Rage quits.
And so you got the one teleport left. You got Zahu that'll probably roam and teleport at some point in the next 2 minutes.
All right, so we're going to be okay here, but a 1,000 gold lead to RNG already. Still plenty of a bot wave to claim, so a solid 10 CS lead for Gala down here, 10 CS lead for Bin in the top lane as well, not to count the first blood on Wei himself. This is an amazing start for Royal Never Give Up.
Yeah, and I think
so around this time you got Dragon up.
is the biggest thing. You know, Bin has been very
Okay, Wei gets spotted. No, why was he coming down? I guess just because they were overextended.
Wei move on bottom though.
Wei doesn't have his, so we cannot really guarantee much. This one, a sidestep is in. There's an ignite.
And so you've got, you know, if I need to be keeping track of the notes here. At 5:27, Vulcan's ignite is down, and I'm sure there'll be some more summoner spells going down here. And
Cannot get the pullback on a Wei just
Ming's ignite, so I have that here on my paper. 5:30, Vulcan ignite, Ming ignite, and then Danny's gonna heal and flash.
so it won't be a kill, but he can pull back on the
Heal,
Ming when he
flash.
needs to. Gets a root onto one Danny, though, forced to flash in.
And I don't know, but I would think a pro team should be able to keep track of all of this between in-game chat and with each other. And if they can't do that, then are they pros then? I don't know. Like, I don't know. I can't tell people what to do. I can tell you what other players do. The Eastern teams have been doing this since the beginning of keeping track of all summoners. And,
Alive, a bit overplaying his hand.
Yeah, nice job from Wade to be able to get that
I don't need to go further detail. There's things that I could rant and go further detail, but since I'm talking to new players or trying to,
helping out Gala
um,
kind of extend that control
I
they
could
had over
just give you some general
Interesting now too, where
knowledge.
RNG try and pressure next because they got Bin the early lead in the matchup here versus Gangplank, which just makes it
So
so
JoJo
much
has
more
the most
smooth for the
gold.
Gwen, and Bin should be very strong for basically
So
the
what's the
entire
main
rest
thing
of
we're looking at now here? Well, who's going to hit level 6? Who is level 6? Because Zahu will probably use his ult here soon.
His ultimate has Ignite, can put that kill pressure on Impact, but Impact has the
So, okay,
possibility-
6:15, you got Impact's ult.
The possibility of covering cross map plays, he has to use the ultimate there to push the wave.
Yeah, I was also going to say that RNG, as you can see in the minimap, have set up like a ton of vision control on this top side. It really does
What's
feel
the
like they're kind of giving us much
respawn
more
time
space
on
there,
the
at least moving
crab? Is
in
it
that
2
top side
minutes?
towards Bin to know exactly
That's
where
something to
he's
probably
firing
keep track
and
of.
what freedom he has to go aggressive in this match.
Alright, so Zahu taunted JoJo.
Be here as well. When
Okay, what else went on here? What do my notes say? At 6:39, JoJo flash.
JoJo can flash, finally gets away with 300 HP left as Bing shows up a great CC chain, puts JoJo Pyun low.
We're seeing the benefits.
You know, so at this spot, what can RNG do? They probably would go for the Herald.
Timers, never mind.
Oh, wow.
I'm surprised the EG or I'm surprised RNG didn't go for the dragon yet.
Maybe a
That
flash follow could have worked out.
Yeah, exactly. The flash to get into range to get the fear tether off. But now that they saw him, Wei finishes up on this red counter jungle.
okay, so neither of them have level 6. Whoever gets this red will probably get level 6.
I mean, he doesn't have smite. He doesn't have smite, so.
But he knows Wei's smite is small, but yeah, the timer's not going to be quite there. So Inspire.
An RNG play like this, I have a presentation in my channel you should watch that I went on for like 4 hours, and it's a slide presentation I made because I'm trying to get a coaching job and I wanted teams to know my general knowledge and information, because people will say the rank matters and that's about it, and other than in-game rank, how do you know what a coach knows? And I've been preparing for this coaching job for 10 years. But anyways, I call it the brotherhood. They always have some brother around the corner in case they need help.
Just knows, can't get it. Nice job.
Whereas other players would have blindly went in there to the jungle and not have a brother behind him to back him up in case he can't win the fight. So they stay ahead, they plan ahead.
So much map control though. I mean, so RNG, let's go over the checklist that they were able to get off early in this game that got them to this really secure.
So we've got Galio using his TP now at 7:30.
Gangplank matchup really early for Bin. Then Xiaohu as well being able to roam over there. Bottom lane winning by its own, moves up through the river. They get double scuttle crabs and get a mid lane gank off to burn the flash on Jojo, so this Corki has even less safety here. RNG have just put basically the entire map.
So RNG is going to get the Herald as soon as it spawns. All the top teams seem to value Herald more than Dragon. The first couple dragons, because you can get more gold with the Herald than you can a Dragon. A Dragon doesn't give you any gold, where the Herald can turn the buff into two towers if you do it right, which will give you a bunch of gold. So top teams, they want the Herald over the Dragons. But see, RNG could have got the first Dragon and Herald. But I don't know. Normally they would have got the Dragon and then the Herald. Maybe because they were winning in other lanes, they didn't value it so much. And the word I wanted to say was prioritize, and I couldn't get it out, I think. So I had to dance my way around that.
You get a full stack of what in your legendary, which is like, I think like 3% attack speed. It's like, okay, it's gonna be
okay, so Impact uses his flash here at 9. Ben uses his ignite. This is where, if I was coaching, I wouldn't let Ben get away with this because he doesn't have a flash. Like, that would be going into the game. We see the summoner spells. All right, guys, our game plan is to punish Ben. You're letting him way overextend, and he doesn't have a flash to get away. But they're just letting it happen. Here's Inspired. Okay, so Xiao has it. They all have their ults. Gwen does not. That's why I got to keep track of this on paper. Is there's so much going on that I'm trying to. I can't figure it out. I want a coaching job and I can't get one. I've been watching this since the end of season 2. There's people out there that know more apparently and have watched less, which I just don't understand how that works. So okay, here I've got it wrote down. They're gonna use. I have GP alt, knock alt, Corki TP, way alt, knock flash, in that order. So I tried to get the right order, and if I don't get it, I go back and rewind it till I get it. So it's gonna save you some time. That's the whole point, I guess, of me analyzing this for you, is I'm saving you a bunch of time. Okay, so you got Impact's ult, you got Knock coming in here to ult, you got Jojo is TPing back up here now. And who used their flash there? No. Somebody, oh, okay, Knock just used his flash. Did Wei used his ult? Okay, so what's going? So we can see all that, right? And most people would pay attention to that, but this is where we've got to look down at the mini map here and try to see what's going on in the bottom lane. The commentators are telling us what's going on up top. They're recalling. So Xayah, Leona are recalling. Are they going to come back up here? And because there's probably going to be a Herald push clear down to the T2 turret. This is an example of how much gold Herald can net you if you properly set it up right and have the push set up right, where they can't kill the Herald and it gets the turrets because it knocks the turrets down. You know, like if you can get the Herald at the Nexus on that last push, It goes down like that. Okay, so they got this going on. We've got Impact dead. We've got Knock. I don't know much about Inspired, but I'm guessing he might be a little bit more selfish play style than Wei, because Wei is more of a everything for the team. And I don't know if Inspired, I see junglers, they are so, not all junglers, but I'm saying I see some junglers that they gotta have their buffs. Like the whole game revolves around them protecting their buffs. When there's times where you have to let the buffs go. They're not that important. The buffs are just extra stuff. But you've got junglers that are so worried about, I gotta get them my red buff, man. I can't let them steal my red buff. And they can't be where your team needs help. And it doesn't work out too well. You seem to lose more than you win when you play like that. Nothing against Inspired. He's, you know, LEC champion jungler. We got Impact using his TP now. I've got that written down, I think. I've got more information written down here, but I can only say so much. So, you know, contact me. We'll talk League. We're doing first take here. So they use their ults and all their summers, except Xayah and Leona have theirs up, and Gala and Ming have theirs up. So you got Ming roaming up here already. He's always all over the map. He's one of the best junglers in the world, if not, like people say Carry is, but Ming has been well known for a few years. Okay, we got a pause coming. We can just skip to this for you.
You know, exciting and intense situations when you're facing, you know, imminent life and death on the top side of the map, and RNG definitely a lot more calm in it. Meanwhile, speaking of calm, the bottom side of the map, Gala down there, they have consistently been pushing in and being able to roam up through the river. We mentioned Ming even getting all these roam timers, not just towards mid, but also towards top. Yeah, and it's giving them a ton of control over river, and this is one of the things
so
being alone in this matchup, they can be so oppressive.
Now he's gonna roam top.
It is kind of interesting, kind of going back to that conversation of like
his ult isn't up yet. Ben's ult is up. Impact's ult isn't up yet. I don't know if they know it that exact or not.
Yeah, Xiaohu seems like such an amazing, you know, in-game leader, kind of comforting father figure to have on the team. Well, he's been on the team for 6 years with RNG. To me,
Okay, JoJo's going back.
Now the most iconic RNG player, even though so many people think of Uzi. Yeah, and it's interesting because like people always look to him as like the Emperor of Spring, right? Whereas like, oh, you know, this guy is gonna have his fun while Uzi's away. Then Uzi comes back, he goes back.
Inspired's probably upset at his red is being taken, but it's taken. I don't. This is the thing about these games that kind of frustrate me, is Riot doesn't always have the observer where it needs to be in the right places at the right time, and they do this thing where you can only see the vision of the one team and you can't see the vision of the other team, so you don't know where they have the wards when you're trying to see. And then I don't know. I guess they got all the vision right here. I see some blue wards now, but there's times where you see the red wards and there's blue wards there and they don't show up because they do this thing on the broadcast that only shows one side's vision. And it's in my presentation, but my whole thing is vision and how important it is. It is the most important thing in the game. Or one of. Alright, so at 12:31, we've got Nocturne's ult down. He's mad because his red got stolen. Impact's ult. What's going on down bottom? We've got Gala down there by himself. So Ming's in middle right now. Vulcan was matching him.
This is definitely why you gank for the Gwen early too, so you can get her accelerated to these power points. Because this
Okay, so Knock and Impact, sadly. bite the dust. I don't like saying the word kill. I like to say takedown because I don't like violence.
Well, if we feed all of these early kills into it, this is a dream scenario. Remember, they also got so many of these turret plates shared, you know, with bin on the top side of the map, so you can 2v1 like this. Really good miss there to immune Impact's barrel chain. So these small things where you're dashing to the edge of the mist and make yourself immune, you're stacking up confidence the entire time, trying to get the middle of that cube.
I guess RNG are having a heyday in this game because they're not even going for dragons.
But you look across at Impact, right? Like, you can see those barrel chains aren't really hitting hard at the moment, especially when they end up missed because the hollow missed. So it is a little bit.
So there they go, 1345 dragon, first dragon of the game, which that's really weird, but it's normally down by before the first herald, 8 minutes.
Impact just kind of taking the L side of any matchup and just clearing the way.
Yeah.
Hoping to stay alive. 5,500 gold leads across 14 minutes. Turret plates fall, and RNG are absurdly ahead.
Yeah, and as you look for
Objective bounties, which are kind of a new thing to me because I haven't played this season, and I play a little bit of solo queue. I keep my micro up in the practice tool, but I don't really know, like in solo queue, I'm guessing objective bounties in solo queue can completely bring you back in games. And because I see it in the pro matches. So I don't know. I don't know what to think about him yet. That's all. I don't have an opinion about it. And that's something we can all say is I don't have an opinion about it. Too many times do we give opinions about things that we don't know, and we should just say we have no opinion, but we give an opinion, and then that creates just negativity. Alright, so EG or RNG get the second herald now. Are they gonna set up and get 2 turrets out of it and a bunch of gold? I didn't look to see exactly how much gold they got in the on the last push. I'm sure you can keep track of this gold and stuff, but if a team wants to hire me out there as an analyst, yeah, I'll keep track of whatever you need me to keep track of. But in this VOD review, I could go through, but we can at least keep track of who's got the most gold. All I'm saying is like you should be able to see their personal gold inventory, and you can't. So, and throughout the game, they'll give you glimpses of it.
We probably have a decent amount of time to talk about personal strategies when you are behind like this. So,
right, so 1530.
The fact that RNG owns so much of the map, and they're going to try and play so much of it to.
I guess Gangplank Impact's gonna use his ult down here.
As the defending team, you can try and overload just one side. You're not going to be able to
I'm always watching the mini map. We've got Ming going up into the Ming, and I guess that's Wei. Yeah. Ming and Wei are going up into the jungle. There's Impact's ult and a Scryer Bloom. So he did that to get that wave.
To me, it is always worth it to try and focus your efforts on just one area for a counterattack.
Spidey senses impact. Oh, the anchor's gonna land.
Okay, so what? His ignite was down. Gotta write this down. 16-12. Ming ignite. Nocturne's ult's going off. Is there a flash that went? No, he didn't. Impact didn't use his flash. Nautilus ult. We've got who's Galio is teleporting in. Ming's ignite he used already. Okay. Jojo, Jojo just used his teleport. Oh, Jojo. Yeah. Okay. So Galio is using his teleport now. Wait a minute. I feel dumb here. Yeah, okay, so Jojo, when Jojo uses his teleport here, I can't see. I've been watching this for 10 years in other esports. I can't get that all in one take, but I guess there's people that can out there, but I need more practice. Alright, so Galio, Zalhu's responding. Leona ult is down. Okay. Nautilus used his ult, I think we already said that. Ben has his ult up. Danny used his heal. Ben just used his ignore way used his flash before he died. I missed Way and what play he made. His flash is down. Like I said, I can go back and rewind and show you everything I see. Is that what I'm supposed to do? Because I think at the end of the day, I'm also trying to save people time. I can go and explain deeper concepts to you if you contact me or want to talk.
So ETR trying to bail out Impact here. As you can see, they do have a ward on Way, and so then they see Ming pop over. They're like, oh no, Impact, get out of there now! And he tries to escape up the lane. But then
Trying to decide, should I do all of this in one series, like one video, or do each game at a time? So I think with this series, I'm going to try doing each game at a time. Okay, 17:30, we've got Galio using his ult. Way's ult has just been used, so we missed a bunch that happened right there. Oh, I think I missed something there, didn't I? Yeah. I need more practice at rewinding quickly, I'm sorry. Okay, so Galio's ult. Yeah. Leona used her flash right there. What else is JoJo is up? Okay. These are the things that I think I should point out because I think the given people can point out, but I don't know. I don't know what I'm supposed to be explaining to everyone. I could sit here and explain to you all 5 lanes at one time if you want me to. But anyways, we've got JoJo up top, which probably shouldn't be going on right now. Well, okay. Okay. I wasn't paying attention to the game time. It's mid-game, so yeah. Because mid-game, you want your bottom lane in mid, at least your bottom laner in mid to farm in mid, and then you want your top and mid laner preferably have teleport or something, split pushing off to the side, getting the side waves, and not wasting any minions. So JoJo is up top, but they could fight him here mid, and there's nothing he can do to help him. At least Impact has his teleport. Vulcan used his stopwatch. Another thing that I've put in my notes here to make sure I point out is a stopwatch counter. So we've got a stopwatch on RNG, Galio, Nautilus. And then we had one on EG, and it was just used. And do you want me to explain more to you, or is this enough? JoJo's up here by his lonesome. Really, he could get punished right now easily. But RNG would rather get this gold from this turret push from the Herald.
This is maybe an entire inhibitor, by the way. There's only been one recorded competitive loss of a team.
So Ben went up top to answer JoJo. He was probably wanting a 1v1 JoJo, but didn't get a chance. Again, Ben doesn't have flash, so he could again be taken advantage of right here. I mean, once he gets, there's a thing I call the line, which there's an imaginary line that runs from the one corner of this map clear down to the other corner, and it splits the map between two sides, blue and red, enemy territory. Once you cross, like where Ben is now, he crossed the line. I call it the line. Ben is over that line, meaning that they could come punish him. If you're overextended past this line, a team could punish you and get a takedown from you. because you know, especially if Ben gets up here where the T1 turret was, because he doesn't have enough room to get back without a flash or something. There's another concept is spacing.
It just feels like it's impossible for EG to try and contest this.
Okay, deep breath.
Yeah, you don't contest that. You go top down, you're like,
So EG got the dragon.
Yeah, let's go down the list here. Looks like the biggest bounty is on Gwen. Gwen's pretty hard to kill, though.
The top turret, the bounty is about as high as Gwen's bounty. You just go there instead, you hope. Joji comes in the way. I want to see, Leona's shouting up that way, Nocturne's on that side of the jungle. Like,
RNG gave their red, so Wei gave his red buff up to Yala there, dude. Is Danny gonna get theirs?
The map into chaos here is your goal when you're
Danny's over there. Maybe he's gonna get his red buff.
Here is the overload on top side. They aren't actually gonna get anybody, but
So there you get the dragon, 19 minutes in. RNG, that is.
They know the dragon is up, so there will at least be some members of RNG on the other side
Okay.
of the map.
See, again, JoJo was over the line there where he could easily get punished. But he's got his brothers behind him, so that's cool. You can pass the line if you have teammates or brotherhood around the corner, I call it, meaning somewhere near you that if you mess up the fight you're trying to take, they can come save you so you don't die, or vice versa, because they may have one sitting down on like the J4 brush down here that once you go over the line that like the red team will get you because they have a brother sitting there and you can't see, and it all goes back to the vision, the fog of war.
And they're fishing around for top side to try and get a comeback play.
Yeah, it's really hard.
So RNG gets the dragon at 19 minutes in.
Like, the entire river is just littered with wards, so
Yeah, I think what I'm gonna do is this first series, EG, RNG, I'm gonna do each game separately, so I can get some feedback of how good this is or not.
knows at the moment that he's totally fine. No one's going to be going for that gank, even have Ming up there to try and cover. So at least you can see RNG are in position to make sure that you're going to be okay to stop the cross map.
Yeah, sometimes the only safe path is to go for these lane ganks where you just go through.
Okay, so
lane.
what's going on here? You got 4 members of EG up top, and you have Impact have his teleport, so he can come match them or save them up there if they team fight. So what are they trying to do?
Least likely wards and then hide in the brush and wait.
Because I would think Baron, but they're not going to get Baron at 20 minutes in, are they? Unless they're nuts.
It's very likely RNG already have it warded and you'll be seen.
Just the farm taken, and it's cannon wave, so you're gonna lose. Generally speaking, anytime there's cannon wave and you're like showing up at all, you lose at most with a melee minion, then the cannon takes aggro.
I mean, really, they could have. Ben was coming up there. Should have waited another 30 seconds. They could have got Ben, and he had no flash to get out. But we'll watch. I'll try to point out what is Ben doing. Ben's up to that line now. Ben, he's not afraid of crossing that line whatsoever.
This 2-item Gwen pre-20 minutes to me is just, I'm so fearful.
I'm real sorry.
Oh, and as Kobe pointed out, he has 2 items, so he can probably want 2 versus 1 EG members and still be all right.
It's okay. We rip off the first game like a band-aid.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay, perfect.
refocus mental.
Yeah, honestly, I think really in this game, hold on, they're gonna fight, so I have to take
You know, and now he's over the line, but that's fine because he has his 4 members. Oh, they're gonna do Baron.
Yeah, we're setting ourselves around Baron. It's 20 minutes on. EG really hoped this was T1 on the opposing side, but no, RNG gonna play the
I
Baron.
mean, RNG is gonna do Baron.
Pretty safely, spell shield on Ming's Q. Gallus poke.
I almost thought EG was crazy enough to do Baron at 20 minutes.
I like this call from EG because they're trying to poke around Baron while
RNG can, they have
looks like the recall from
how much gold. See, this is where I can't see the gold difference. Is there a way to get that overlay off that I don't know and I'm stupid? This overlay up here, is there a way that 39.6k to 31k, so yeah, 8k there.
They're just gonna all in 5v5.
Ming might have to flash this one, gotta get rid of it.
And you got knock down. I've got I did have something I want to show with the knocked Nocturne ult. Okay? And it's one of the coolest things I've seen. And it's Tarzan. He uses the Nocturne ult in a very genius way that I've never seen any other player do, and if I was coaching a jungler, I would, because I don't see other teams do this. Okay, he's gonna get Baron, but what he does something completely different with his ult. He saves it till it's like time to smite it, and then they can't see to smite it. And so this is one of the coolest jungle plays I've ever seen in my life, because LNG had no business even beating top in this playoff game here. But I mean, I thought LNG was going to win Worlds last year because they got on this roll in the LPL where they beat all the teams. But anyways, like this play here, I've been a big fan of Tarzan. I've jungled, so I've always personally kind of put him up at the very top, or at least I don't pick favorites, but I watched him more than any other jungler. But he's gonna secure the Baron for them by he uses the Nocturne ult. He doesn't waste it during the fight or to engage. He uses it when it's time to smite, and then the team can't smite it. It's impossible for them to smite and get the Baron. So then, and he's so good at it, he had time to still use the ult. I'm pretty sure this is the play I'm thinking about right here. So he's not used his ult yet. Yeah, he did, right there. Use the ult. So they can't smite it. So that's one of the coolest things I've seen from Nocturne that you can do. And so I'm just saying, I don't know, maybe other players haven't even thought about that you could do something like that with the Nocturne ult instead of engaging or trying to get to the back line on a team. Alright, so we got who's teleport? Impact's teleport is coming in, and by this time there's still a lot of ults and summoners up. Okay, you got Way's Jarvan ult there right on the back line. That's a really nice ult. And then you got Galio on top of that. Oh, so you got Jarvan ult into Galio ult into the stopwatch. And then all three people are half dead already just from all of that. You got Gala coming in here to clean up. I could go back and point out more to you, but again, I'm saving you time, so you don't have to. And Gala did end up using his cleanse and his flash into that. And we've got JoJo. This kid, he has the most confidence, some of the most confidence I've seen in a player, that he'll go and teleport here into RNG and try to take the Baron from him. A lot of players, they don't have that in them. They're like scared to death of their character dying. So it's like a miracle that JoJo even got in there and still survived, but he did.
I mean, I actually think EG played that fight incredibly well. The fact it was as close as it was, given the goal difference, just kind of says a lot about that.
So they're going to replay it here. Do you want me to slow it down? But this is where, just saying, he could have saved the Nocturne ult and used it to steal the Baron out from RNG. The RNG know probably that they don't play against junglers that are going to do that to them. So what happens here, all right? Because really at this point, it looks like RNG's going to lose this. If you see where I stopped it. Now, the first time we went through, you probably it didn't even look like this. But look at this picture here. It looks like RNG's scared and running away. And I think they're going through Gangplank's ult right there, which gets a good bit of damage on all of them. But, so you've got like all the members. You got what? Almost all the members here, full health. Of course, there's 4 versus their 5, right? Because Nocturne died. But anyway, this fight could be won, is what I'm saying. Because Impact get a barrel or 2, and their Ming is a goner. Or Danny can pop off. So this actually looks good for EG right here. But then you've got Jarvan ult that takes a quarter of their health away. Then you have Galio coming in on top of that. And then the stopwatch, so Galio doesn't even get hurt. And this is like the big thing to me why I want to coach is I am so interested in the team comps, in the synergy. Here's a prime example of it with the Galio ult for Jarvan. So when he goes in, they can save Jarvan if it's a really bad fight, because a lot of times you don't get to use a Jarvan like that to initiate a team fight. But since they had Galio, they got to. And yeah, so then you got Gala that could just come in and clean up. And Gala had cleanse, which he probably got stunned by Vulcan or something, but the cleanse took that off. And then JoJo. He tried. I mean, the guts on him to try that. A lot of players are scared to death. So away. So you got a flash for an ult there. See, what do my notes say here? So I'm clear back 13 minutes, 16 minutes. So there's a lot that I could go back and point out to you. But I want to take this one video, get some feedback of if my analysis, is this what you want? Do I need to give more? Do I need to spend 2 hours analyzing all of this? Because my goal is to coach and be an analyst on a team. So that's what I'm trying to learn and practice and provide. And it'll probably be like doing this as a job. So I need to learn the best way to give my information and knowledge to you all to digest. Call me a chef of League of Legends knowledge that I'm going to perfect and make delicious. So all of you can digest the knowledge of these games.
Honestly, if Vin didn't have the Hollowed Mist, I wasn't sure you just wasn't going to start murdering people in that pit. Like, they were very low after that fight. But now RNG in the...
Another thing, Baron. When you get Baron, you want to take advantage of the buff because you can get all your minions get bigger and do more damage. So I'm sure there's a lot of you out there. Again, I've been playing this game for 10 years. I'm sure you know more than I do. But there's people out there that know less than you do and know less or more than I do. So I'm just explaining for them. Don't get offended if, oh, why are you telling us that? We don't need to know. We all have completely different perspectives of this game. So, and I don't know. I've had friends try to get me to do this for years, and I was against it because I had a bad attitude about it that, oh, well, those players are bad, so I don't want anything to do with them or play with them because most of the players are bad. And that's a horrible attitude. You need to help others get good. And like, I have the leadership ribbon in the game, which I think is a really cool thing. And the mentorship, when I first started playing League of Legends, the first year or two, I spent the whole time honoring people and talking to them and teaching them. And then it just got old after a while because most people are jerks. So then you just give up and stop wanting to do that. So I've always wanted to coach. Even back then I tried to coach. And I've got the leadership summoner icon that is super rare and the mentor one. And it goes to the top 10% of all of the players that year, which was 2013 or 2014. And, you know, it does it. It's a rank, guys. You want to be quick about my rank that I don't know what I'm talking about? Well, I've got the summoner leadership icon to show you and mentorship icon that the game said I have enough knowledge of, and that was back in 2014, and I've been playing and watching and doing this ever since then. So, but I'm sure there are more people out there that know a lot more than I do, and so we're sharing each other's perspectives. Okay.
They certainly will. That turret's going down. You saw Ming try. You saw a shield barely get broken. Way pretty much immune to Gangplank barrels right now.
So RNG is getting a really good push here with their Baron buff. They could close it out. Okay, Ben uses his teleport. He's gonna go split top lane, which that's what I would want my top laner doing. I want all 3 lanes to be pushing in. I don't want any minions wasted. There's a whole wave down here going to nothing. This is all nothingness of XP and money that somebody could have had.
Super scary thing too. Gala in that last fight picked up so many of the last hits. This is an incredibly rich Gala Kaisa at the moment as well, and he's ready to dive in. So the next dive from RNG.
Okay, so let's check here. Stopwatch count. Stopwatch on Ming, on Galio. Okay, and then EG has no stopwatches. They can't afford it. I mean, if somebody went down here and got this wave, they would have had half a stopwatch. Anyways.
Certainly have the money to pull it off, even inside the EG base.
I'm not ragging on EG. Like I said, they far exceeded everyone's expectations. Good job, EG. Okay, so they're going to get a dragon here. For some reason, I thought they closed it out on that last push. So one more dragon and they get a soul. So this is probably an important time to talk of what's going on to others out there that are new and don't know. Is what are they planning to do here since they backed? And what are they planning to do? And maybe some teams don't even know or plan anything at all, but I'm sure RNG is planning. I'm trying to see when the next Baron's up. It's 5 minutes till the next Dragon's up. So Gala should be going mid. He's going to go get their red buff. EG at this point, they're scared to death. They can't even go in their own jungle to put a ward in by now. So they're probably scared. That's the line right there where they are now. They're like past the line. Wherever this blue ward is here is the line. The line's just now going like this way. So anytime they're over, this is all RNGs now. Which a lot of players I see in Meet and solo queue, they don't understand Fog of War, which I've been playing Fog of War games since I was young, and I'm not so young anymore. With Warcraft 3, for example.
They have played in this match right now.
This is a Fog of War game, and you can really mess with your opponent in the Fog of War because they don't know where you are, and they're trying to figure it out. Zhao uses his TP. I guess they're just going to close this out. So what happened there? Somebody Nocturne got ulted, right? Because it says, yeah, Nocturne ult Ming. Do you want me to break these down? Impact's ult there. See, Wei used his ult. Is Galio gonna ult on top of that? Yep, there we go. It's the same thing. That's a good combination. Synergy is mid jungle duo. A lot of people like to talk about mid jungle duos. Here's a good one: Wei and Xiaohu, and you're showing you the synergy they have. If one can ult and the other one knows to ult in at the same time and help them. Personally, I think the best teams out there, they work like a well-oiled machine. Everything works together. There is no I or one. I'm not telling anyone how to play, but I'm telling you what I see from the best teams. It didn't work out for Ben. He had to learn that there is no Ben show, that it's a team game. So they've got all 3 lanes shoved in. Once you get all 3 inhibitors down and shoved in, the team really is drowning and there's nothing they can do to come back. 53k to 27k. This game, the way it works is the most gold usually wins. So it's people want to make it really complicated, but it's really simple. You just go out and take as much gold off the map that you can and take the other, or take the enemy's base. And when you've got towers down, then that's actually like the enemy's team's territory now. It's, you know, like, so if Red's T1 is down, then really that little bit of territory there belongs to Blue. So Xiaohu taunt. What happened there was the I was wanting to see if they baited him. Xiaohu comes out of nowhere. Somebody used a flash, right? No, that was Leona ult. There's Ming's flash. I'm sure Impact will throw his ult in somewhere.
But I feel like if there's one person that you can't break the mental of, it's Jojo Pyun. Like, no matter how hard you try. Wait, what was his tweet earlier today? It was like, I'm sending Xiaohu back to top lane.
Yeah. After this game, he'll tweet another trash talk tweet. Yeah. Let's get it.
Ready. I'm ready.
All right. Well, final emitter to drop right now. We are 27 minutes into the game.
Okay, you got knock ult there. I mean, I don't. At this point, I mean, I'm being nice. Like, I think people would say that RNG's smashing or owning, and I'm not trying to point that out about. I'm just saying an 18k gold lead is, you see, it's like watching an NFL team play a college team. And then Ming says, I need to use my stopwatch. I didn't get to. So there's game 1, everyone. I'm trying to decide, do I want to stop it and get some feedback of this game, or do I want to keep going to the next game? So I'm thinking to break them up.
It is so incredibly difficult to win a game with no winning lane. And taking a lot of scaling and then having a successful gank for the top side to the Gwent lane for RNG was just so perfect for them, because bottom lane had priority the entire time by themselves.
Okay, so there's the first game. I'm gonna split them up this first time until I get feedback. So I'll be back for game 2. Don't go anywhere. You'll see it in my channel.